Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. The Black Ops 7 beta kicks off here on October 2nd, and with it, there's quite a bit you definitely want to know as you jump in for the first time, either via early access on the 2nd or through the free open beta on October 5th. And so today I'm going to go through and break down everything you need to know for the Black Ops 7 beta. Let's start first with the exact times here. There should be a preload out for this now, if not on your platform, very early before the beta goes live on the 2nd, so you should be able to have this fully downloaded. If you're not taking part in the early access beta, you don't plan on pre-ordering, you don't have a beta code, you'll be able to preload the beta and download it normally beforehand. You just won't gain access to it until the open beta kicks off on October 5th. But for early access on the 2nd at 10 a.m. Pacific time, you'll be able to jump in and start playing right away. Usually Call of Duty has a history of opening up the beta servers about an hour, 30 minutes sometimes beforehand, just so it's not getting absolutely flooded right away at 10 a.m. Pacific time. But do the conversion there so you know exactly when that's going on, and you'll be good to go there. But definitely keep an eye out if you're planning on trying to jump on right as it's going live. Maybe going live a little bit earlier than on Sunday, October 5th. Again, same time for the open beta access, 10 a.m. Pacific time for that. So set your alarms accordingly. You'll be good to go there, pending any of those early drops as mentioned. Now, Call of Duty did drop a pretty in-depth beta blog here detailing a bunch of different things for gameplay, actual specifics here. There's also, though, quite a bit of things we need to pay attention to outside of this blog as well. And of course, I'll have timestamps for everything as we're going through all of this. But keep in mind, as we are detailing the beta here, this is really just the start for Black Ops 7, right? We got so much content planned for the next few days and weeks as we're rolling through the beta here, then launch not all that far away. So if you want to make sure you are always in the know for everything going on with Call of Duty, be sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications, and if you enjoy this video, you find it helpful at all, a like rating is always seriously appreciated. It really does help grow the channel, and share the video around to help inform other players as well. First up with the beta, if you are jumping into Black Ops 7 for the first time, you want a little rundown of what to expect here. Maybe you want to get used to the new Omni movement updates or anything. There is going to be a training course that's going to be available on the multiplayer map, The Forge, so you could run through that. And then Zombie Survival is also going to have a training element available as well, with some basic training there if you want to just get a feel for it, get a vibe for it, and understand what you got to be doing there in general. They do detail a bunch of the gobblegums here for zombies as well. If you want to pause the video and read the exact specifics here, feel free to go ahead and do so there. They detail a couple of the operators. We're going to have largely basic content. There's not going to be a store or anything too crazy in the beta here. Obviously, it's a limited experience. You're not going to have all the operators, all the weapons, anything like that. Just a limited, bit of what we've got going on there. Of course, again, they detail the dates, early access, the 2nd to the 5th. If you got a beta code from COD Next, they should be sending out the full downloads for those, and you can get those all set up. And then from the 5th to the 8th, anyone on any platform can play it. Keep in mind, last gen, current gen PC, doesn't matter there. But then we have the general rundown, and this starts first with the early access. So the early access period content is going to be a little bit different from the open beta full access content as well. It's a little bit more limited in the early access period. So there's going to be a couple of maps available initially during early access, including The Forge. We've also got Cortex, we've got Exposure, then we have Imprint as well. We of course saw a lot of gameplay on these maps from Call of Duty Next there. And then in zombies, yes, there is going to be zombies in the beta, which I think is actually pretty cool. We're going to have Van Dorn Farm, and that's going live on the 3rd for what it's worth. So multiplayer beta early access starts on the 2nd, zombies on the 3rd here. With game modes, TDM, Domination, Hardpoint, Kill confirmed. Very basic there. In general, we also have Overload as a brand new mode, which is almost kind of like Uplink in a sense if you played that back in the day. Again, they played quite a bit of that at COD Next. So then they detail the progression here. So you are going to be able to unlock a decent bit of content here in the beta. Keep in mind, there's no carry forward from the beta or anything. So if you get to level 25 in the beta, you're not going to start day one of Black Ops 7 at 25. You're going back to level 1, but there are certain rewards, and obviously as you level up through the beta, you can try out new things and test around with new stuff. But right away, you are going to have a couple of things automatically unlocked, including the M15 Mod 0 assault rifle. We're going to have the Raiden 45K SMG, the MK78 LMG, and the VS Recon Sniper, which looked absolutely crazy in the gameplay that we've seen so far, alongside the M10 Breacher shotgun, the Jaeger 45 pistol, and the Flatline MK2 melee weapon. And then as you go through the ranks, you'll start getting some new stuff. So at level 2, there is a beta reward. You also get the loadout shotgunner available as well if you just want to run the default stuff there. By the way, we'll detail some of these beta rewards in just a moment. Level 3, you end up getting the Overwatch default loadout. Level 4, you end up unlocking custom loadouts, of course, there per usual with COD alongside the MXR-17 assault rifle and flak jacket as a perk. Level 5, you get the sticky grenade, the RCXD, and tac sprinter. Level 6, you end up getting another new beta reward, and then cryo freeze for zombies. Level 7, you end up getting the M8A1, which I'm very excited to test out and use that again. Alongside that, you also get the flashbang and then lightweight as well. Level 8, Fast Hands, and then the UAV alongside Frenzied Guard. Level 9, Cold-Blooded Trophy System and the Symbol Monkey. Level 10, the Dravik 45, which apparently is like the go-to SMG, it seems like. Gung Ho as well. Level 11, another new beta reward and the HKDs. Level 12, Pinpoint Grenades, Blast Link, Fireworks as well in there. Level 13, the ARC M1 launcher, Overkill, and active camo. Level 14, Bankroll, the counter UAV, and healing aura. Level 15, another new beta reward, the Combat Axe Assassin. Level 16, you get the Peacekeeper, of course, a classic there. The Gravemaker, which is the wall hack sniper that's definitely not going to be used and abused like crazy. Then Charge Link. Level 17, the Stim Shot, Ghost, and the Napalm Burst. Level 18, Point Turret, Gear Head, and the Echo Unit. Level 19, the XR3 Ion Sniper and Close Shave, and then also Toxic Growth. Level 20, which is the max rank for early access, will get you another beta reward, actually 2 beta rewards there, the VTOL Warship and Gunfighter. And then things open up a little bit more, no pun intended, with the open beta from the 5th to the 8th, where there's a bit more content and a few more unlocks you can get. So in addition to all the stuff that we just had available, of course, in the early access beta, we're also going to have Blackheart as another new map, and then Toshin as another new map. And then, of course, the Forge, Cortex, Exposure, and Imprint there. We still have Van Orn Farm for survival and zombies. Then with modes here, basically going to be the same rundown, although they did tease Search and Destroy could be coming here. We'll have to wait and see with that. And then we do get some more progression. So level 21, you get Shadow as a perk, and then Shadow Rift. Level 22, the Coda 9 Watchdog, Hilo, and Guardian. Level 23, another new beta reward, Bruiser, and the LT-53 Casimir in zombies. Level 24, the Sight Grenade and the Mangler Cannon. Level 25, the Razor 9mm and Engineer. 26, the Needle Drone, Hunter's Instinct, and Perk Greed. 27, another new beta reward, Vendetta and Brain Rot. 28, the Echo 12, Squad Link, and Ninja. Level 29, Looper, and then Ether Shroud. And then level 30, the max level for the beta in general is another new beta reward, and then the Rhino Score Streak. Hey everyone, obviously pretty crazy time right now for games. There's so much to play with. You're diving into Battlefield 6, Black Ops 7 in the beta going on, new season of Black Ops 6 in Warzone as well. If you're looking to stay hydrated, energized while you're doing any gaming, maybe any work or school, look no further than G Fuel. They've got the brand new Formula 2.0 in some select flavors, and it is absolutely phenomenal. Hype sauce has been my go-to as of late, but they got a bunch of selections there. They of course have their hydration flavors as well. But just a heads up, if you want to grab anything at all from the G Fuel site, be sure to toss in code Immortal at checkout for a discount. Link for that will be down in the description below. And then in general here, I'll go ahead and move the face cam. We can actually get a full look at all of the different beta rewards that we can go through and unlock. So we obviously now know the level prerequisites for that, but we can actually see we get an animated emblem, a new emote, a sticker, a weapon charm. At 20, you end up getting the Falconer Operator skin, and then also a Wei Lin skin. One is though only available for pre-order players, which is an interesting asterisk there. You get a new loading screen, a calling card. Then at 30, you get this beta blueprint, the beta survivor one, which looks okay for a blueprint there. But of course, if you change the attachments, it's probably going to change the look at that. But those are the official unlock in the beta rewards. There is also more rewards you can earn just simply by watching people stream the beta. For the entirety of the beta from the 2nd to the 8th, if you go through and you watch select Twitch streams that have drops enabled, you can end up getting a new weapon charm and emblem, another new blueprint here, and then also a calling card as well. And keep in mind, this is content only available during the beta. So if you don't get the watch time, you don't get these drops while they're active in the beta, you won't be able to get them in the full game. And then obviously same goes for the beta rewards there based off your level, and that's the only content that will actually transfer to the full game from your beta progression. Again, no weapon levels, no player rank, anything like that, but your rewards will transfer for launch. You will also have the ability to track your beta stats through some of COD stuff there. Stats will go live on October 3rd. And then lastly here, as far as the PC specs go for the beta, I know quite a few people have been asking about this, so they do finally specify the minimum specs here across the board, the minimum, the recommended as well alongside the driver. So if you want to read the exact specifics there, again, feel free to go ahead and pause the video. In addition to all of this, they did also give us a slight tease as to what'll be live for the anti-cheat in the beta. Obviously, you throw back to the previous few COD betas, especially Black Ops 6's, there were cheaters running rampant, which made the game look not so great on social media, but they have detailed that some new elements of the anti-cheat updates for Ricochet will be live during the Black Ops 7 beta. So we did detail this full-on anti-cheat update, partially for the beta, then especially for launch in a separate video earlier on today. So if you haven't caught that yet, feel free to go ahead and check it out. But here's what Call of Duty says about the anti-cheat and Ricochet updates for the beta. They say, this is going to be a critical test for the systems we have online under real player conditions. We are actively monitoring matches, gathering data across thousands of unique hardware setups, and removing cheaters in real time. The beta is going to allow us to measure our new detection tools and how they perform when faced with live attempts to cheat, and how to fine-tune those quickly and effectively as we strike back. Every report, flag, and every removal during the beta feeds into stronger responses for launch. TPM 2.0 and Secure Boot are going to be required for the beta on PC, increasing the difficulty for cheats to actually operate in the environment. The full force of Ricochet's anti-cheat upgrades, though, are going to be going live at launch. So essentially in the beta, it's going to be turned on more extreme at some times, turned down a little bit so it's not as extreme in others, because they don't want to give too much information to cheat developers too early on, so that come day one, you know, on November 14th, cheat developers have things figured out. But they are going to be intermittently testing basically certain anti-cheat updates and new features that they've got in the works here during the Black Ops 7 beta. So one day it might feel like you don't run into any cheaters, and then the next day you run into several, and then the day after that you're back down to none. It's just going to be like this on again, off again style thing. There's still going to be monitoring regardless of the strength of it, but they did mention they weren't going to, you know, give everything out during the beta, so people could just crack the code before the game even fully launches. But that being said, those are the main things you gotta know for the Black Ops 7 beta heading into early access and the open beta this week. If you guys found the video helpful, do me a favor, drop a like on it. If you're new to the channel, feel free to hit that subscribe button to stay in the know for all things going on in COD. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.